Texas Rangers. We've got fireworks tonight. Tomorrow is the Langoliers bobblehead. It's going to be a fantastic weekend. Enjoy this one, everybody, and we'll talk to you after the ball game.
Temps here in Sacramento today. Just a gorgeous day to be out and about, and what a better way to start the weekend than right here at the ballpark as the Texas Rangers come to town in second place in the American League West to face the Athletics for 3. And we welcome you to the broadcast booth. Glad you're along with us tonight. Jenny Kavnar with Dallas Braden. It'll be great to see Gage jump back on the bump, especially after the career outing that he just had in Boston.
That's right. Not only one good outing against the Red Sox, but a couple good outings against a big-time talent in the Boston Red Sox. And that's what a big-time talent like Gage Jump does, is he rides to those big-time occasions. Twice now we've seen him against the Red Sox, and he was utterly dominant. 12 total innings for the left-hander, 18 tickets punched. Jenny, punching tickets like a train conductor. 12 of those on the fastball, 3 on the slider, a couple of them on the sweeper. He even got one on the curveball. So you watch the entire arsenal go to work for Gage Jump. Let's look for him to tap into a little more of that here tonight against Texas.
And you love that moment of growth we got to see before our eyes with Mark Kotsay giving him that confidence, and it certainly paid off. Well, it's hard to believe that the A's and the Rangers haven't met since April. That feels like many moons ago, and these two teams meeting here tonight in a very different spot. The Rangers in second place, surprisingly, Dallas, in the American League West, despite all their pitching injuries they've had to endure and that lack of offense that's shown up a time or two this season.
And they feel like they're still in this race, and I think for good reason. To your point about where the division sets, where the rest of the league sets, I think gives you perspective on why the Rangers feel like they still have a shot at this thing. And when you look at where they're at right now, just a couple games under 500, but that's 2 games back of the Astros for first place in this division. And I think you have to look at their starting pitching staff, kind of a middle of the pack rotation right now. 4.29 ERA, that's 16th in baseball. Bullpen just a little bit less than that. So I think in totality, to mention the offense that you talked about, if the offense can pick it up, if they can pitch well, I think they feel like they have a good chance. And that's why the A's look to play spoiler for the Texas Rangers.
That's exactly what they're going to do the rest of the way. 41 games remain, 22 of them against the American League West. Come on back to West Sacramento. We'll get you lineups. First pitch right here on NBC Sports California. Great looking shot of the Tower Bridge from Sacramento into West Sacramento at the ballpark here tonight. It's going to be the Rangers and the Athletics kicking off the weekend, and country fireworks night to end things. Hope for some offensive fireworks from the Athletics tonight. Game time weather brought to you by Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. 77 degrees in mid-August. You will take that. 48% humidity and a slight bit of wind at 9 miles per hour. The sunshine was out, and almost, Dallas, dare I say, felt like pumpkin spice season this morning.
Wow, a little aggressive, a little early.
Just saying, that fall feel was in the air. Those temps will get back up by Sunday. Don't you worry about it. Well, let's get you the starting lineup brought to you by your Sacramento area Chevrolet dealers. And here it is for the Texas Rangers. Wyatt Langford in the leadoff spot. Then it's Brandon Nimmo. Corey Seager hits third. Ezekiel Duran cleaning up. Jake Berger will hit fifth. Hitting sixth is the designated hitter, Justin Bosque. And it's Cody Freeman, Elias Diaz, and Evan Carter hitting ninth.
And the man on the mound tonight for the green and gold, southpaw Gage Jump. It's jump on the bump. It's jump time. And, folks, that fastball for Gage Jump has been jumping, no doubt. We saw him spin a gem last time out against the Red Sox. And the fastball did a lot of that heavy lifting for the left-hander. So look tonight for him to not only establish that fastball, but, Jenny, I think something that I would like to see for Gage Jump is a little more of that changeup, because the other secondary stuff, the curveball, the slider, the sweeper, I mean, he can spin it with the best of them, and I think that changeup could really, really start to open up the rest of that arsenal for the left-hander.
That'll be good to see if he can mix it in against that Rangers lineup. Let's take a look at the defense. Here's the former Ranger, Jonah Heim, doing the catching. Jeff McNeil is at first. Donovan Moulton at second. Jacob Wilson at shortstop. Zach Geloff at the hot corner. And in the outfield, it's Tyler Soderstrom in left, Henry Bolte in center, and Lawrence Butler in right field. Well, it'll be a fun night on hand. We're looking forward to it and glad you are here to join us this Friday night. Gage Jump ready to roll, and he'll fire off the first pitch to Wyatt Langford. In for a strike, uses the four-seamer to start. Wyatt Langford hitting .253 this season over the 70 games that he's played, 13 homers and 31 RBI. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Let's take a look at the umpiring crew. It is Mike Estabrook calling balls and strikes. Jacob Metz at first, Malachi Moore's at second, and the crew chief, Alfonso Marquez, at third.
Well, love to see the left-hander ahead early, something he did a nice job of in Fenway his last time out.
Yeah, he attacked that Boston lineup, and here the pitch misses high, 1-2. 11 strikeouts, a career high for Gage Jump in that last start against the Red Sox. Gave the A's a win. In fact, they backed it up with a win Sunday. That's their last series victory. The Athletics had the Tampa Bay Rays in Monday through Wednesday before the off day yesterday, and Mark Kotze enjoying that off day back at home. A lot of the players some much needed rest after the long East Coast road trip into tough series against Tampa where they were swept. And the 2-2 ground ball to second, charging in is Walton, and out number one.
Well, it's Mike Estabrook, behind the plate tonight. And if you're going to take some at bats, well, you might be better served to lower your sights. Upper part of the strike zone, just not really there. And I think you might see that kind of bear out throughout the ball game. Been overturned on 60% of the ABS challenges that have come his way. And again, not much action at the top of the zone. And for a guy like Gage Jump, who likes to pitch at the top of the zone, got some love there.
Another first pitch strike, and he does it against the left-handed hitter in Brandon Nimmo. This is the matchup to watch, Dallas. Left on left, but it's Brandon Nimmo who is feasting off the southpaws. .356 is his batting average against lefties this season, and he fouls off the second offering, 0-2.
Well, it's not just been success on average. There's some power there as well. 5 homers for Nimmo against lefties. And this is where a lot of the offense has come through, is Brandon Nimmo. And that's something that the Rangers, I think, not only appreciate, but also would like to see filter down through the rest of this lineup.
Here's the 1-2. Count all evened up for the former Met. 10 seasons for Brandon Nimmo with New York. Of course, former teammates. The first baseman of the A's tonight, and Jeff McNeil. And the 2-2. Full count here for Nimmo.
Well, both guys in Nimmo and McNeil finding different homes over the offseason, and a couple teams obviously in different places right now. The Athletics where they sit in the standings, and the Rangers still very much alive.
Payoff and a foul ball.
But Nimmo, a part of that core that I think for the New York Mets and some of their evaluators just felt like had sort of run out of time. Pete Alonso moving on. Brandon Nimmo, a part of that.
Skip Schumacher, the recipient in his first year of adding Nimmo into the lineup. He's been their best hitter by average, .274 on the season. And a look at Skip there. 60 and 62 are the Rangers in that first year at the helm. Of course, Schumacher's with the Miami Marlins, where he won Manager of the Year back in 2023. And the payoff in the air, out to left. Soderstrom will jog back towards his left and catch it in the sun. 2 gone here in the first, and that'll bring up Corey Seager. Another injured, riddled year for Corey. Hit 200 with 12 homers and 29 runs batted in.
Well, and unfortunately, that's just kind of been the MO for Corey Seager, I think, right? He's well aware of the talent, also well aware that Corey Seager, just like the sun rises, is probably going to spend some time on the injured list at some point in time. It's really just a matter of how much time.
One and one's the count. And you look at the 32-year-old, his 12th season in the big leagues, a 2-time World Series MVP, of course, with the Dodgers and with the Texas Rangers in 2023. 5-time All-Star, and National League MVP. Swing and a miss, 1 and 2.
There it is. The slider. Remember, he's got a couple of those. The gyro, the sweeper, both very effective.
Close pitch, 2 and 2.
Very good pitch. Very good pitch. But remember, that elevated location, not something that Mike Estabrook is inclined to reward you with.
Another full count, back-to-back batters for Gage Jump. And the payoff. This is low, a walk for Corey Seager with 2 outs.
Well, I talked about Gage Jump being able to get ahead in his last start, which I don't care who you are, Gage Jump or a guy coming up just making his first start ever in the big leagues. First pitch strikes, paramount to success. He was 17 for 27 against the Red Sox. Did find himself in some deep counts there as well.
First pitch to Ezekiel Duran misses in.
But I think for a guy like Gage with his stuff, the more that he can avoid those deep counts, and I think what he showed, 99 on the fastball, even late in his outing last time, he can buy himself some extra innings.
That'd be a great position. Obviously, we know the struggles or the woes of the bullpen for the A's, especially as of late here in the month of August. But if you can get deep into a game like he did not only in Boston, but when he faced Boston back here at home, which was his last home outing, certainly helps with those decisions late in the game. Here's the 2-1 to Duran. First strike, 96-mile-an-hour fastball.
When I go back to Gage Jump and his evaluation of his second big league outing against the Cubs. 7 innings, 3 hits, 1 run. Said he expected a little more. Felt like there's still more, which you can appreciate. But I think it was also understood, and I think his manager Mark Kotze, in his own way, kind of let him know, hey, you got to appreciate when you have outings like that, because those aren't just waiting for you around every corner. And in fact, he would post another 7-inning outing. That was against the Halos, just one hit of shutout baseball.
That was right here in West Sac. A one hopper to second, bounces off of Donovan, but he collects it in time, gets it to first, and the ball under McNeil's glove. First and second now. And Corey Seager had the opportunity to maybe move up there, but at second base.
A mild lack of interest, I think, from Corey Seager in terms of any extra effort out there on the base path. And I don't know, based on, number one, Seager's overall foot speed and the vulnerability to lower half injuries, if being aggressive there was ever going to be in the cards for him.
Throwing air on Walton. And the threat of Jake Berger coming up had Jonah Heim go out to talk to his starter on the mound. The meeting on the mound brought to you by the injury attorneys of Ashton and Price. And Jonah Heim knows a thing or two about the man at the plate.
Indeed he does. And I think it's twofold. One, Jonah Heim talking about how they're going to attack Mr. Berger, and also just give him a little breather here after a couple extended at-bats back-to-back.
Sitting at 19 home runs right now. 233 is the batting average for Berger. He had done some damage when the Rangers were playing the A's right here at this ballpark earlier this year. 2-0. Looking at a Rangers team very hungry right now. You mentioned where they sit in terms of the American League West, second. 2 games behind the Houston Astros. They just had a tough series in Anaheim. It'll be a called strike. Berger's going to challenge.
Batter's challenge in the pitch.
This ABS is powered by T-Mobile.
Berger challenged quickly, was on his way down to first, and for good reason.
Bases loaded after the challenge. And the designated hitter, Justin Foscue, up.
Well, and pitch number 30 on its way. You know, it's something we've seen before. You get the first couple outs of the inning quickly, and then command sprays a bit, maybe a defensive miscue, and just the inability to recover.
Swings at the first pitch in the air to shallow center, going back with the middle infielders, and reaching for it is Walton. He will make the catch, and that ends the threat. Bases left loaded as we go to the bottom of the first.
The pitch, not the itch.
Scoreless, bottom of the first. Jeff McNeil will lead it off for the Athletics here this evening against Kumar Rocker. Athletics able to get out of a jam. Gage jump with 2 outs, loaded the bases off of 2 walks and an error. Able to get a pop fly from Justin Foscue. And luckily, the Rangers did not score. Athletics will look to get after it early. This is the time to do it. The first inning against the starter in Kumar Rocker. McNeil will take the pitch inside.
Yeah, Kumar Rocker exploiting some less than ideal numbers early in the ball game, Jenny. ERA over 8 in the first inning, 8.10 to be exact.
Swung on for McNeil, high in the air, out to right field, giving it chase. Center fielder. And Evan Carter will make the catch, 1 out. I'll bring up the shortstop in Jacob Wilson.
Just for context, that 8.10 ERA, second highest mark in the first inning in the American League. Only Tatsuyama Imai with an 8.56 is better, or I should say worse.
Yeah. Outside to Wilson, 1-0. And Imai now pitching out of the bullpen for the Astros, avoiding that first inning altogether. 23rd appearance for Rocker this season, 21st start. And that's going to hit Wilson right on the hand, that left hand that he's shaking off. Jeff Collins immediately out of the dugout, followed by Mark Kotze.
You see Wilson wearing that pad. This is a matter of if it even caught the pad, and I think you can see Jacob Wilson kind of pointing to the knuckles. I'm sure in the replay we'll get a bit better look at exactly where that hit Jacob. When it comes to the hand, the fingers, even the feet, just a lot of little bones that should you have anything happen, not much you can do about it except for rest. Take a look here. Oh yeah, right on that pinky ring knuckle. I mean, it caught minimal pad. Doesn't feel too good.
Certainly not at 95 miles an hour coming right in at you. So runner on for the A's, Tyler Soderstrom up. Sody riding a 10-game hit streak coming into the game tonight. Here's the 1-0 from Rocker.
Well, split. Something you haven't really seen a ton of from Kumar Rocker.
Yeah, what, it's 1% of his arsenal right now?
Ish.
Rounding up. Here's the 2-0. Swung on a ground ball, and it gets past Berger into right field. Jacob Wilson will head to third. And the A's have something cooking here in the first. Base hit for Soderstrom extends the hit streak to 11 games.
And you love to see the first to third effort there from Jacob Wilson. Sinker that creeps back over the middle of the plate. Sody, though he kind of tops it, still able to hit it hard enough and find that hole on the right side. Jacob Wilson knows it's through, and with as far over to the right as it was, you got a pretty good feel that Nimmo's got a way to go to get to it. You're able to go first to third, something the Athletics, Jenny, were on the other side of quite a bit in that last series against the Rays. And it seemed like every time the Rays got a runner on first base, the next batter got a hit. It was first to third, and they just kept that merry-go-round going.
Yeah, the Rays sweeping the A's, outscoring them 30-14. Athletics with a good scoring chance here with Zach Geloff up. And it's going to be an ABS challenge.
The catcher's challenging the pitch.
Challenging the ball call. This is ABS, powered by T-Mobile. Dita catches the zone.
He got his strike.
So 2 challenges exercised by the Rangers early in this game, and both correct.
Well, and that's a pitch you can expect to see a lot of from Kumar Rocker, that slider.
Two and 1 count for Geloff, just reinstated on Monday, 5 for 12 in that series against Tampa Bay. Great to see Zach's bat pick up right where he left off. Double and 2 home runs. Finds himself in a good hitter's count with just 1 out. Butler waiting on deck. Geloff takes a timeout. A's with a heavy lefty lineup against the righty and Rocker. Pitch to Geloff in the air and foul. Pitch is high and a walk for Geloff. So the bases will be loaded here for the Athletics and their opportunity to cash in with one out. Lawrence Butler strolling to the plate.
Well, and this is the side of the platoon that has given Rocker fits. Lefties hitting 293 against Kumar Rocker. 10 long balls allowed. You got nowhere to put the Law Dog right now.
Another first pitch ball, and Lawrence Butler, a little experience against Kumar Rocker if you flash back to last year.
And it was a slider. We told you that you're probably going to see a few of those tonight from Rocker that Lawrence was able to jump all over.
Lawrence has been on the home run train as of late, back-to-back games with a long ball. To 9 home runs on the season, and right now, bases juice. There's the 2-0. Fouled back. Swing and a miss, and there's that slider.
When you see the action on the slider, I mean, it's got curveball shape almost. And you look at the velocity, we've seen it as low as 80 already.
Swing and a miss, and the slider ultimately gets Butler. First strikeout for Rocker, 2 gone.
It's that downer action. But again, I think, this day and age, you see sweepers with that kind of velocity, some even harder. I think about Jack Perkins, who's featuring 87, 88 mile an hour sweeping slider with a lot of horizontal movement to it. This slider here from Rocker, a lot more vertical movement, so it's got that downer, that gyro action. But again, I think when you start to look at the metrics of the pitch, it's really curveball shape.
1-0 for Carlos Cortez.
Cortez, we've seen step up in big spots at times throughout this season. Got a little history here between these two.
Cortez yet to have a hit with bases loaded this season. That would be a great time to record the first. Wilson Soderstrom Geloff on the base path. 1-2.
Both starters right now looking to pitch themselves out of some tight jams here in the first.
And the pitch, line drive, it'll get down, and Jacob Wilson will score the first run. Soderstrom home, clear the bases. How about it? 3-0 lead for the Athletics off a Carlos Cortez double.
Okay, last time these two squared off, it was a 2 RBI triple for Cortez. This time it's a 3 RBI double for the left-hander. Again, that slider that just kind of sits, not a ton of bite to it per se, and Cortez able to whip the barrel through, pound this up that right center gap. And with 2 outs, the boys off at the crack of the bat, no problem. All 3 runners coming around and scoring easily for the Athletics, who open things up here in the first.
Donovan Walton them now, and a strike.
Jenny, that first inning ERA not getting any lower. for Kumar Rock.
It certainly isn't. The inning that's haunted him does it again here tonight in West Sac. And there it is. The ERA over 8 in the first from the second inning on. The ERA just a little over 3.5. 1-1's the count for Walton.
Well, I think, you know, there's a clear understanding when the numbers kind of tell you that the guy's had struggles in the first, but has settled down after that. It's ideal to be able to get to him in the first the way the A's have. You just want to see this offense persist now.
Gage Jump likes what he sees here. The momentum shift, being able to get out of a bases loaded jam, lead into the bottom of the first. And the Athletics, when they loaded the bases, take advantage. Walton strikes out. The second one for Rocker will end the inning. But Carlos Cortez greets the Rangers.
Listen.
A's fans win the ultimate Vegas getaway at the end of every A's homestand during the 2026 season. Brought to you by Circa Resort and Casino. A 3-0 Athletics lead as we go to the second. Carlos Cortez able to knock in all the runs with the double. And now back to Gage Jump. First pitch to Cody Freeman, a strike.
Well, Jenny, I think not only with the lead here, but you've got two right-handers in a row in Freeman and Diaz, an opportunity, I think, to start to try to get a feel for that changeup.
Just 7 games for Cody Freeman this season. 0 for 17. Here's the 0-1, a swing and a miss off the slider. In the air to right field, and Lawrence Butler will make the catch, one gone. And now it's time for DirecTV New Era. You look at the A's history at Fenway, where Gage Jump last pitched. Left-handed pitchers with an 11 strikeout game. There's only been 2. Gage Jump on Saturday, 6 innings for him for those 11 strikeouts, a career high. And the Hall of Famer, Lefty Grove. How about that? 1928. A lot of history in between there, Dallas. Almost 100 years in between.
Yeah, there's a lot to be said for guys who can go into a ballpark like that, have that kind of performance. I mean, it's not necessarily an easy place to pitch. And I think even more so specifically for Gage Jump, considering the kind of heater the Red Sox were on.
Yeah, the A's became the cooler for them, huh?
Oh, no question. I mean, including the 2 games that the A's beat them and took the series in their home ballpark. They went on to get swept. And then after that, things not going well for them against the Blue Jays. I believe they lost tonight to the Pirates.
My. 5-game losing streak, including those games, is look at StatCast.
Powered by Google Cloud. And that is the work done for Gage Jump in that last start against Boston. I told you the fastball did a lot of heavy lifting there. 8 strikeouts on the 4-seamer. Slider and the sweeper with a couple.
Elias Diaz with a ground ball. Jacob Wilson will pick it up close to second base. 2 gone. I'll bring up the 9-hole hitter and Evan Carter. .193 the batting average for the Rangers center fielder. It has been a struggle offensively this season. The ball misses inside 1-0. And line drive, Jacob Wilson will find it on the right side of the infield. 3 up, 3 down for Gage Jump as we go to the bottom of the second.
Hurry to your...
Welcome back. 3-0 good guys. As we head to the second. Time now for Wire Cam and Dirt Cam, both brought to you by our friends over at Defy. There's a peek at Jonah Heim digging in for the first time tonight.
Former World Series champion Jonah Heim with the Texas Rangers, facing his former team just the 4th time in his career. 73 games this season for Jonah, split between Atlanta and his 2nd round with the Athletics, where he started his career. How about that? The Buffalo, New York native sporting the cowboy hat tonight.
Giddy up.
Country night here at the ballpark, appropriate with the Rangers in town. This ball struck out to center field. But Evan Carter will reach up to make the catch. One gone. That'll bring up Henry Bolte. Bolte started to get the offense going on that last road trip. Especially those couple games in Boston and the victories. Went 3 for 10 against Tampa Bay to start the week. Arcate with the lineup tonight. You almost have that ability, Dallas, where it's like you have 2 leadoff hitters, right? You get Bolte on, flip the order over.
Well, it's kind of a role that I think Jeff McNeil was serving at the bottom of the lineup.
Certainly. 3-0 now.
But now sitting at the top, and I think for Bolte, down at the bottom of the order, and then you've got a guy like McNeil at the top who can handle the bat the way he can. If Bolte can find a way to get himself on and into scoring position, you really like your odds of pushing runs across.
Called strike 3 and 1.
And you know, Jeff McNeil has no problem going out and getting around pitches, pulling them through the right side, and with I think Berger having to hold Bolte on.
Ground ball left side, and Duran will get over and make the play. 2 outs. And here comes Jeff McNeil for the 2nd time. Swings at the first pitch and fouls it. Swung on and a liner fair. Jeff McNeil will head to second. As the ball bounces around in the corner, he will have a 2-out double.
And right on cue, Jeff McNeil gets around a backup slider, headed south. And Matt just going to spin on it. Kind of loft it right down that right field line. Jeff McNeil able to Cadillac on into second with a 2-out double.
It's going to be a pinch hitter now as Aliko Williams has entered the game for Jacob Wilson. Remember, he was hit by a pitch in the 1st inning. As time's gone on, that pain has probably continued on. And here with the runner in scoring position off the bench, Alika probably the best pinch hit option as well.
Well, and see it caught Jacob right on that left hand, the glove hand for the shortstop, right on those knuckles.
Called strike off the sinker, 1-1. Williams 4 for 9 in the pinch hit role.
Well, we've seen Alika in that spot a couple different times late in the ball game, able to step up and deliver.
2-1.
Talking about the Red Sox, we've seen him come up and face Chapman a couple times. Almost pumped Chapman out of the ballpark here in the home series against the Red Sox. Came through, shot a ball through the right side in Fenway against the tough left-hander.
I mean, a lot to process for Alika when he looks back at this first year with the Athletics, but the opportunities he was granted and given and the places he produced, I'm sure those will be two of the big highlights on the reel.
Yeah, no, and I understand what you're saying. I think a lot of those opportunities for him very much so earned.
Here's the 3-1 and a walk for Williams.
I think anytime a guy comes billed as a glove first depth piece, you almost kind of enter the fold with folks not really expecting much from you offensively. So I think when you're able to deliver consistent quality at bats the way we have seen Alika, and that's understood. He's not going to come with a ton of power threat, but that's not his job. His job is to play sound defense, which he's done.
Here's the power threat, and Tyler Soderstrom with 2 on. And Elias Diaz will take a quick second after the ball was fouled into him. Tells home plate umpire Mike Esterbrook he's fine.
It's a cut right on that shin guard, that right knee.
Soderstrom single in the first, extended his hit streak to 11 games. In the air to center, Evan Carter will move to his right, and he'll make the catch for the final out of the second. 2 left on for the Athletics.
With a new Toyota from Toyota's National
After being hit by a pitch in the first inning, he was replaced by Alika Williams in the bottom of the second, now heading to the training room. So Williams has replaced him at shortstop in the field as well. Not what you want to see. Too many injuries for the A's here this season with 12 on the IL already, but you love to see that. Another first pitch strike from Gage Jump against Wyatt Langford here in the third. Pitches for Jump. After a long first, a bounce back in the second. Langford to ground out to start the game.
I love that right there. Backs up a uncompetitive changeup with a very good one, able to get ahead now. Give him an opportunity to elevate or crowd with that fastball. Staying away.
There's the 1-2 foul.
No, Jenny, again, this is, I think, that's why I started talking about with Foscue and Freeman and Diaz, an opportunity for him to establish the changeup, a section of right-handers at the bottom. Because what they're going to do is now have a little conversation with the guys at the top of the lineup, because that's what happened. The guys at the top of the lineup start to talk to the guys at the bottom of the lineup about what they saw, and that's kind of how you start to flip the script on guys.
Here's the 2-2. Langford reaches for it, fouls it. Langford just 1 for his last 13. Had a tough series against the Angels, a 4-game set, where the Rangers lost the last 3 games coming into this game tonight, that 3-game losing streak.
Oh, another extended at bat here. Pitch number 8 on its way. Started soft with a curveball, a couple change-ups back to back. You got a fastball, then a couple sliders, another heater here. Let's see where he goes. Back to the heater, it looks like maybe. Yeah.
We'll extend to 9 pitches now. That was the pitch count in the 2nd inning for a quick 1-2-3 for Jump. And the 2-2 again.
Well, and you see Heim almost sliding further and further into that hip pocket of Langford. And just really reinforcing the idea of getting that ball in as far as he can.
And pitch 10 of the at-bat. Miss and continue on with the full count. Got that sledgehammer for Brandon Nimmo as he's on deck. He won't bring that to the plate, just so you know.
I don't think that's street legal.
There's the payoff pitch. Misses outside and a leadoff walk. Let's hear from Mark Kotze with Dallas Braden.
All right, A's fans, I'm here with the skipper, Mark Kotze. Kumar Rocker, ERA north of 8 in the 1st inning. It's got to feel good to be able to chip a few across against the right-hander.
Yeah, it really was a great at-bat by Carlos there to pick up Law. You know, anytime you get the bases loaded in the 1st, you'd like to push one across at least. And, you know, those are those 2-out RBIs we talk a lot about that are really big momentum shifts.
Young left-hander Gage Jump coming off a career-high 11 strikeout performance against a tough opponent in the Boston Red Sox. Looks like he's got another good fastball working tonight. What does he need to do to get deep into a ball game tonight against the Rangers?
Well, you know, obviously the elevated pitch count in the 1st inning was tough coming off the mound, but he regrouped last inning, 9 pitches. So more of those innings and we can get him really deep into the game.
Kotze, as always, appreciate the insight.
Yep.
1-1's the count to Brandon Nimmo, and of course that efficiency dwindling away with that leadoff walk to Wyatt Langford. A ground ball would be very beneficial here. There's a fly out in the 1st for Nimmo.
You know, that's the thing about being able to have those quick innings is even if you have an extended one, you dial up a couple of those sub-10 pitch at bat or pitch innings. It does really start to level things out for you.
It's kind of like your diet. If you have 4 cookies on Monday, it's only like you had 4 cookies all week, right? Shut it down.
Is that what you're telling yourself?
Oh, does go through, and a strikeout for Nimmo.
Well, you like the cookies. Nimmo just chewed on a cheese biscuit right there. 96-mile-an-hour cheese biscuit up top. Could not get to it. Couldn't hit the E-brake.
1 out, and that'll bring up Corey Seager with 1 on. Seager swings at the 1st pitch. In the air to center. Bolte pause. Now he's going back towards the track and the wall, and makes the catch. That'll send Langford back to 1st, 2 outs.
Well, Corey Seager offered it a 1st pitch breaking ball the 1st at bat. Here he gets another 1st pitch breaking ball. And gives it a rock. But you know what? Credit to Henry Bolte, because I think what you just saw here is a guy who is getting just a bit more comfortable with the sizable warning track out there. I think early on you'd see guys elevate and feel for the wall because they're just not quite sure where they're at in space. And again, that's not a knock on the grounds itself. It's just the reality that this is the biggest track that they're going to play on all season long. And so taking some time to get comfortable, I think, is understood.
strike against. Ezekiel Duran 1-1. Yeah, it was something well documented last year. You did a really nice job, Dallas, I think, of counting steps out there and noting the differences ballpark to ballpark for outfielders and how challenging that can be at times. Taking off the runner and a foul ball. While we have a quick second, I'm only eating cookies to celebrate your birthday. Happy belated birthday, Dallas.
Well, thank you, friend.
How did the MLB schedule come out with an off day on your birthday? Who do you know over there?
I'm telling you, baseball gods blessed me, without a doubt.
Well, thanks for blessing us with your leftover cookies. Here's the pitch missing inside. 2-2.
Tell you, I haven't heard a word from the fellow who sits to the left of me all night long.
Listen, Feldy can get a cookie down with the best of them.
I showed up, those cookies just started making their way closer and closer to Feldy.
2 balls and 2 strikes.
Atta
And
boy.
they got him picked off. Over at second, the tag. Oh, the ball's out of the glove. Langford into scoring position.
Well, something the Rangers don't do a ton of, Jenny. Just 59 stolen bases under their belt coming into this ball game. And it's a good job by reading from jump as he goes up. You can tell he was going. Unfortunately, Walt not able to handle the throw. And that's the difference in the play, because they would have had an out.
Lifted in the air, and it'll be Soderstrom to make the catch. So jump, able to get out of it, and leave one stranded at second.
Bibs on, because A's fans, you can vote for the River City Chicken Sando. That's right, fill in your ballpark bracket for a chance to win tickets to try these bites in stadium. You can vote over at MLB.com/bracket. Get you a little River City chicken sandwich. Look out.
Blow back of Zach Geloff.
Yeah, from what I hear, that chicken sandwich pretty good. Again, just from what I've heard.
Strange, you haven't tasted a chicken sandwich within walking distance from your seat?
Not the River City chicken sandwich.
That's what I mean. It's shocking.
Look, I've got a job to do. Can't just cruise the concourse in between innings, you know.
I feel like at this point you're now begging for that to be brought to you.
No, we got a ball game to go.
Yeah, you've definitely never eaten during broadcast before. Geloff with a ground ball, but foul down the first baseline. 2-2 count. Ah, there's a familiar face. Former A's friend, now clearly wearing a Texas Rangers uniform with pride as he talking to his former teammates.
I know. Hey, I'll call you tomorrow. We'll talk about it tomorrow.
Ground ball back up the middle. Second baseman Freeman over to first, one out. Yeah, it's interesting how everything seems to work out, right? Play a little musical chairs, and Austin Wynns finds himself in a Texas Rangers uniform, really filling a catcher's void. Jonah Heim left. Jonah ending up at the Athletics. Doing a nice job filling in for Shea Langeliers on the IL.
Well, I think what I can appreciate about having Austin Wynns around was the diligent worker that he was, and knowing, and I've said this about the entire catching room, and it was something that I had insight to in spring training, right? Watching Servin, watching Wynns, watching Shea, watching these guys work together. And I think
for Butler.
when you get a guy like Austin Wynns in the building, and he brings to the table the preparation and the emphasis on, handling the staff, you feel like you're in pretty good hands. So I can understand why, teams in need of catching and depth probably quick to make a phone call. Because much like Alika Williams, right? You're not asking Austin Wynns to step in and hit 30 homers for you. You just want to know that when you need to give your regular starter a day off, you feel pretty good about what you're plugging in.
Wins, after being designated for assignment initially, went to Atlanta. Lost a couple games there. Ending up with the Rangers, who have Kyle Higashioka on the IL right now, with a whole host of other people. Well, Bobby Crosby got out of the way. I think he did a good job of that.
Yeah, probably a combination of making a business decision and just being old and not being able to pick the ball up off the bat.
It's almost that he heard you right there. He knows.
Oh, he knows.
You live in his brain. He knows exactly what you're saying right now.
Oh, just couldn't quite get the mitts on it.
I applaud the effort. In the air to left. That's where Wyatt Langford will make the catch. 2 gone.
Well, this powerful performance is brought to you by Xfinity. Talked about the history between Kumar Rocker and Carlos Cortez. Cortez hasn't forgotten about it. Stepped up, cleared the bases in the first inning. Three-run triple for Carlos Cortez. Marcotte talked about how it's always nice to get an early lead, early cushion, and the at-bat put together by Cortez.
Too, Katse's mentioned in your interview with him of picking up Lawrence Butler, right? Butler with an opportunity in the AB before that, striking out. Those 2-out RBI. Beneficial to a team, especially early in a ball game. Maintained the 3-0 lead. Now 2-0. For Carlos. Came out hot this year, hit 350 over the first 42 games. In fact, that's kind of the time frame that the Rangers and Athletics last met. First 7 games of the season series, all happening in the month of April. And it's a 4-pitch walk for Carlos.
Well, looks like we're going to have an ABS powered by
Catcher's challenge in
T-Mobile.
the pitch.
And I'm wondering if this is borderline a little too late from Diaz. I mean, I think you watch it, not going to matter
Pitch of the
anyway,
ball.
you'll take it. But man, that felt like it was right at that borderline of being just a little too late to ask for. Nonetheless, Mike Estabrook granted the challenge.
Felt that way the last time Diaz challenged as well in the bottom of the first, but that was also granted. The Rangers down to just 1 challenge in the ball game. 2 outs. Don Walton up, and he fouls off the first pitch. Walton's seen plenty of the Texas Rangers over his career, having played in Seattle. Spent a little time in Anaheim before ending up with the Athletics. Here's a ground ball to second. Freeman over to Berger, and that's the final out of the third. Athletics still up 3-0 after 3. Is brought to you by the injury attorneys at Ashton and Price, Northern California's injury law firm. Top of the 4th, Jake Berger will lead it off for the Rangers, followed by Foscue and Freeman. All righties against the lefty, Gage Jump. First pitch strike to Berger. .61 pitches for Gage Jump, had 21 in the third. It was a very long plate appearance for Wyatt Langford. A leadoff walk, but able to get 3 quick outs after that. Lifted in the air to right center field. Butler on the move, and he'll make the catch. 1 gone.
Well, Jump and Rocker kind of in the same boat in terms of pitch count.
Yeah, a lot of things even for the two starters. You look at their ERA coming into the game. Obviously, that's changed for Rocker now, but both of them had a 4.46 ERA on the dot. First pitch strike to Foscue. That's rare to see in the month of August, don't you think?
Well, I think it's just one of those, sort of numeric anomalies the game of baseball can give you.
Both starters in this game have issued 3 walks. The difference on the line of Rocker is the couple hits that the A's have collected, and including the big double from Carlos Cortez in the first that cleared the bases. Two and two after the foul ball.
And I mean, what, this is Rocker's 21st start. Jumps 15th. And to be at this stage in their season, sporting identical ERAs.
Count, but it's going to be an ABS challenge as Jonah Heim will challenge the ball call.
Well, I think the problem here is, and I think it's going to be away, and it is.
Pitches the ball.
And I can understand why the ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile ends up the way it does. And it's because Jonah Heim, where he was set up, he's set up in. So he's got to reach across his body, and it might just feel like that ball caught some of the plate based on how far in he was set up.
Payoff pitch. Ground ball to short. Alika Williams over to McNeil. 2 gone.
Because, I mean, Jenny, on that pitch right there, he's set up inside. And it's a fastball that I think at the very end, you see where it ends up. It's not necessarily in on the corner. It's probably really borderline inner third, splitting the difference between middle to inner third. So there's some life on that heater.
Cody Freeman, the batter, and a first pitch strike for the second time up. Fly out to right field in the second inning.
Ooh. Jump lost his footing. But let's go back to that pitch. Now watch, you're going to see Heim kind of tuck in on that hip pocket in there, and then watch him reach across. Well, actually, that's the ball we had action on. But the idea is you see him setting up in, and then you see where that pitch ends up. It's really more inner third as opposed to all the way in. So on the pitch that was challenged, he had to reach even further across.
Swing and a miss off the changeup.
How about it?
It's a pitch that's come to life for Gage Jump and worked in to the repertoire. We talked a lot early in the ball game. It's a great spot in the season for him to utilize it. You mentioned specifically this pocket, including Freeman.
Well, and look, I think the bottom line is there's a strong likelihood that he is not going to face these guys again. And so however you can go about taking care of them right now, fine. That's why I said earlier, if you can establish that changeup the first time through, should you be able to see him, hopefully a third time through, it's a different look. But right now, I think with his pitch count the way it is, pitch number 74 on its way, there's going to be a difference in how you attack a guy knowing you're probably not going to see him again for that third time.
That Jump got to the 100 pitch mark through 6 innings at Boston his last start. There's the 1-2, and it'll even up the count with the miss. full count. Gage jump. Ground ball to third, but foul.
Something we have seen a few times with Gage jump is the foul balls. That first inning, quite laborious. Second inning bounced back. Third inning had to do a little work. Now pitch number 17 on its way here in the fourth.
Yeah, that first inning, a couple of walks in there as well. Fly ball to right. And Butler will charge in for the catch. 3 up, 3 down here in the fourth. We'll go to the bottom half. Phase up 3-0. Special assistant and also moonlighting as the pre and post game analyst along with Saxy Towney. Great to see Bomel joined the crew here earlier. Well, today's social poll question presented by Toyota is this: Bob Melvin's best accomplishment with the A's. You get to vote by scanning the QR code. Is it A, the 2012 AL West comeback on the final day, B, back-to-back AL West titles in 12, C, 97 win turnaround in 2018, or D, second most wins in franchise history? What do you got, Dallas?
I'm going to go with E. And E is allowing the clubhouse culture to develop, sort of acting as the bumpers on a bowling alley lane where, hey, you go ahead and roll the ball. You know what direction we need to go. Should we start to get close to the edge, I can kind of bump us back on track. But I've got a room full of young guys who are competitive, who know how to play this game. We've got some leadership in the room as well. And I want you guys to learn how to take care of each other, how to police each other, how to create a level of expectation for each other. And I think he was just the man to do that job. And boy, did he do it well.
2-1 for Jonah Heim as he leads off the fourth inning against Kumar Rocker.
I mean, by the time the dust settles, as you saw, Jenny, second most wins in club history. And that doesn't happen by accident.
Man has had a lot of experience under his belt. And it's great to see him back with the organization. One that, of course, he entered his name in the history books, but one that he's meant so much to. Swung on high in the air, out towards center. And then Carter with the catch and out number 1.
We got to have a little fun with Bomel before the ball game on the changeup. Towney kind of threw us a curveball, said, you know what, no question.
Curveball or teed you up, friend?
Said, you got any advice? And I said, all right, Bomel, hey, look, just don't let the game speed up on you. I don't know if you've heard that before.
Chop back towards the pitcher, and Rocker will ultimately get it just in time. That speed of Bolte can sneak up on you quick, but able to get the second out.
Yeah, about 98 over to first there from Rocker. See a little two-hop shot right into the breadbasket. Able to sling it over there just in time, because even with a slow comebacker to you on the mound, you see Rocker check the mound there, might have caught himself a bit.
Jeff McNeil swings at the first pitch, a ground ball through on the right side for a base hit. McNeil with a 2-hit evening.
Well, the veteran just taking care of chores here. Gonna sweep this one through the hole on the right side. I mean, look, that's just a matter of being able to drop the head of the bat right on the ball. Again, taking advantage of the hole on the right side.
Fourth hit of the night for the A's brings up Balika Williams with 2 outs and a first pitch strike.
Something I just truly love about McNeil and his approach to the plate. There's times where you see him with count leverage, guys on base, less than 2 outs, maybe try to get big, and then quickly shift the approach to just putting the ball in play somewhere.
Dancing around at first is McNeil, and that ball is going to bounce off the glove of Diaz, but McNeil will stay put.
Well, I think Rocker may have saw him dance around. Ended up just pulling this slider. Max, 2 outs, let's let Aliga hit.
Aliga came in to pinch hit for Jacob Wilson, who left this game after being hit by a pitch in the first inning. Played defense before he left. Out to center on the move is Carter, back to the track at the wall, and he'll make the catch a couple of feet before the padding. Well, Bob Melvin in the house and doing some TV this weekend. Gotta love it.
Right here in West Sac. Lock in your seats to catch your very own Shea Langoliers bobblehead. That happens tomorrow. The exclusive Bangaliers bobbler is for early arriving fans, only while supplies last, so get to the park early. As you know, you can visit athletics.com/promotions today to secure your tickets.
Love that. That'll be one for the collection, certainly.
Oh, no doubt.
No 1 count for the Texas Rangers catcher, Elias Diaz. Liner up the middle, and there to catch it is Donovan Walton.
I tell you, well, great play by Walton. You know what else has been great, Jenny, is all the promos.
So many good ones.
The bobbleheads have been iconic. The fact that if you came to the right ball games this year, which in my opinion is every ball game, but if you came to the ones you wanted to pick your spots on, you could put together an entire outfit that you could mix and match to come to the ballpark. I'm talking hats, hoodies,
Sunnies,
sunglasses, jerseys. I mean, it truly has been top notch. Shout out Vito, who's probably sitting at home right now. Pair of shorts, nothing else but that, and a cowboy hat. Yep, it's about right. Sounds right.
2-1 the count for Evan Carter. Oh, man. That Aloha shirt's so good. Mix it with the towel while you're putting together the Tower Bridge. Ground ball off the foot of Gage Jump, redirected, and Alika Williams was there, but safe. At first is Evan Carter. And that's going to go down as the first of the ball game for the Texas Rangers.
Yeah, you see him throw a glove at it. Think it. We'll take a look here. Caught him right on the heel of the glove.
I'll bring up Wyatt Langford, swings at the first pitch, a bouncer to short. Williams steps on second and over to first for the double play. Athletics defense showing up. A's Baseball is brought to you by Mojo Break, where collectors become community. Gage Jump just allowed his first hit in the 5th inning. Zeros for the Rangers. The Athletics 4 hits for 3 runs.
What's up, my dogs?
Athletics looking to add here in the bottom of the 5th. Did you get your chicken sandwich yet, by the way? I was hoping
Oh, no.
cat call for food would produce something,
No.
but apparently it's just a hot dog costume in the stands.
Just me shouting into the void.
Tyler Soderstrom 1 for 2 and a single in the first, scored a run.
Well, nice little quick bounce back inning for Gage Jump.
Certainly was. 10 pitches for him. my 84 for the outing.
See, Kumar Rocker with a little drop down action there, it looked like.
3-1 the count for Sodi.
See him look down at that front post. Looked like that foot may have lost traction just a bit. Tyler Soderstrom able to work the leadoff walk here in the 5th.
That's a 4th walk issued by Rocker. You have to go back to the month of May. He's issued 4 walks, 2 other outings. May 13th game was against Arizona, but the other one was April 15th right here in West Sacramento against these Athletics. Pitch inside the Geloff, 1-0.
Well, something we touched on was just how poorly things have gone for Kumar Rocker at the beginning of the ball game. The ERA over 8 in the first inning, but after that, how he's been able to settle in, and we've kind of seen that here tonight. And there has been some traffic, but he's navigated that, Jenny, from the 2nd inning on. 3.66 ERA for Kumar Rocker. So you see the difference. I mean, the ERA starkly different.
He's had traffic in all 5 frames against these A's. To your point, that ERA that settles down from the 2nd inning on, he's allowed 38 runs over 91 innings pitched coming into the game tonight. So very drastic from that first frame. And you wonder with some pitchers what it might be as he misses the Geloff. That'll be the 5th walk, and that's now a season high. Walks allowed.
Well, I think the majority of the time it's small minor mechanical breakdowns and just inefficient repeatability. We're going to have a little chit chat now. Meeting on the mound brought to you by the injury attorneys of Ashton and Price. Jordan Teague's on his way out.
You gotta get your stopwatch out though, because it takes a minute. And he made it.
Well, they've got roughly 10 seconds now to have their conversation before he's going to be asked to depart. Mike Estabrook on his way out. Tyler Alexander, the lefty, warming up now for Skip Schumacher's Rangers.
And Estabrook will take now. It's time to head back. Now let's get a word from Red Hawk Resort and Casino.
It's game on at Red Hawk Resort Casino. So many ways to play, you'll stay all day. All your favorite table games and hundreds of the latest slots. Book a room and stay to play another day. Red Hawk Resort Casino, proud partner of Athletics Baseball.
2 on and nobody out here for Lawrence Butler in the bottom of the 5th. A chance to cash in. Be a redo for Lawrence after he struck out in the 1st with bases loaded. Big hole in the left side as the defense playing to pull against the left-handed hitter. Pitch from Rocker. I'll check Lawrence, went around.
Well, a great opportunity right now for the A's to tack some on here. Law Dog not quite able to hold up. Alfonso Marquez says, yeah, he went.
Lawrence 0 for 2 so far tonight. And now down 0-2 after the foul ball. That's a good look.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of looks from Lawrence over the years. This might have moved in the top 5 for me.
I love it. I love it.
Popped up right side. Second baseman Freeman with the catch on the infield fly roll. 1 down, and Carlos Cortez coming to the plate.
And I didn't have Law Dog being a Bolo guy, but I'm with it. I am with it.
The best part is I don't think Lawrence had Lawrence being a Bolo guy. But he probably caught that picture tonight and was like, yeah, that's pretty good. Might have to give it a whirl. Been a nice night for Carlos at the plate. Did all the damage. 3 RBI double in the first inning. Gave the A's that 3-0 lead. He also walked in the third. A 5 walks issue. That's how the 2 runners got on in this inning. Now the pitch outside, 1-1.
Well, the A's are going to get their taste of Texas here. They've got 3 games set here at home against the Rangers. We'll have 4 in KC and then jump on the Showbird, head to Houston.
Yeah, they're going to get a heavy dose of the AL West for the rest of the season, too. As you saw that record, 15-15, and this is going to be
The catcher's challenge in the pitch.
ABS brought to you by T-Mobile.
Pitch is a strike.
Third challenge for Diaz. He's correct 2 of the 3 times. 4th total challenge for the Rangers here tonight.
I mean, quite a shift. It takes you from being behind in the count to being ahead in the count. If you're Kumar Rocker, ahead meaning you've got 2 strikes, just theoretically 1 more pitch to dispose of the hitter as opposed to 2 more to put him on.
Oh, full count. Alton waits his turn on deck. Athletics 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position. Lifted in the air. Center field. It'll be Carter making the catch, 2 gone. These are those innings that really stick out, Dallas, when you talk about getting not only the leadoff runner on, but able to get the first 2 runners on via the walk. You want to walk away with a run.
At least 1. At least 1. And that's not being selfish. That's just kind of understanding, hey, we've got a job to do right now at the plate. Let's execute.
Walt with a swing and a miss.
I mean, Walt trying to spin on one there.
Misses that we've seen from Rocker, they've been pretty egregious, I should say, at times in this ball game.
Well, he held on to a few sliders a little too long. But I think all that to say he has done a nice job of wiggling out of some tough situations.
Oh, more balls than strikes. A liner and a foul ball on that left field line.
And to that point, more balls than strikes. And having dealt with the traffic he has, that's kind of what you call a gutsy performance. Even though he has allowed 3 runs here, his night will probably be capped at 5 innings. But those 3 runs came in the first inning and has definitely given his team a chance to try to climb back into this thing, but they're squaring off against a very tough gauge jump right now.
There's the 1-2. Gonna check him, and he did go around, according to third base umpire Alfonso Marquez. So the strikeout ends the threat once again out of a jam for Kumar Rocker through 5.
Another massive weekend of baseball that's heading to Sacktown. We're going to host the Baltimore Orioles. That starts Friday, August 28th. You can be there to grab your Mark Kotze Inside the Park home run bobblehead And bring the little ones on Sunday, of course, to score a custom A's growth chart. Don't miss your chance in this exciting matchup and collectibles. Secure your spots now at athletics.com/tickets.
Is that just for kids? The growth chart? Because I was going to hang it in the booth and we could maybe measure Chris Carey week after week, see if he's still in his growth spurt.
There's a good chance there's some growing to do. I think it's a great piece for the fans.
One hopper to second. And Walton over to first, retires Brandon Nimmo to start the 6th inning.
Well, not an easy play there for Walton. See, hard hit liner with some top spin. Instead of trying to retreat and get a better hop, I love the fact that Walton immediately sinks. And what he's doing is trying to get as eye level with the baseball as possible. And in doing so, able to just make a quick stab, get a quick out. But I think, Jenny, that growth chart, you bring the kiddos out, come grab that chart. You can measure them up for the end of the season this year, and then circle back to the end of the season next year and just see how much they've grown.
I like it. It's a good one to have. 2-0 to Corey Seager, and another ball missing. 3-0's the count. Gage jump. Pitching in the 6th here with 1 out. Next pitch will be number 90. And Seager will take another walk. Dan Hubbs on the phone. Start to see some activity in the Athletics bullpen.
Now we get him up.
Looks like Luis Medina will be the first to start warming. Pitch to Duran outside. Gage has allowed 4 walks in the ball game. Air put Duran on back in the 1st inning, and then just the 1 infield hit. That's all jumps allowed the Rangers to have tonight.
Well, along with the elite stuff that Gage jump features, command at times has been a bit of an issue. Just 1 outing, Jetty, on the season for Gage jump where he has not walked a hitter.
Duran with the ground ball to third. Geloff gets to it, but knocks it away. 1st and 2nd with 1 out off another infield hit.
Geloff, because this ball kind of picks up speed on the hop, stays down, catches it just off the end of the glove, right out of that webbing.
Dan Hubbs quickly out. Jonah Heim will meet him on the mound, and this meeting on the mound is brought to you by the injury attorneys of Ashton and Price. You remember, Dallas, in Boston, it was Mark Kotze sprinting out of the dugout in a similar situation with traffic, trying to get his youngster through the outing. And right here, this conversation, your hopes that he might be able to get through 6.
Well, and you know what? I think if I'm just being completely transparent here, I think 2 very different situations.
Absolutely, yes.
Right? You're in a ballpark like Fenway. You're up against a team that felt like they hadn't lost a baseball game in 2 months. And you're on your way to finishing something special here. And you get the vote of the manager out there who says, hey, I'm not out here to question you. I'm out here to remind you that you're the dude to finish this off right now. Go get him and let's go hit.
Always Zimmerman's the manager delivering that vote of confidence, and then he was ultimately able to execute it with a couple of strikeouts to finish 6 with traffic. But here, You have the threat of Jake Berger up with 2 on in a 3-run game. Here's what we were talking about on Saturday. You've had moments like that. You know how meaningful that is for a young pitcher as well.
Without question. Again, it's just, and you can see the emotion.
Called strike against Berger off the slider.
You know, and part of the growth phase is you have that occur where it's the manager. Now this time around, it's the pitching coach who comes out, and you understand it's the same message trying to be delivered to an extent, which is, hey, bear down, go get your guy, and let's get out of this.
Seager at second, Duran at first. Here comes the 1-2. It's fouled back.
Because remember, just the way the pitch count had started to work out, I felt like he was not going to have an opportunity to see Berger or Foscue or Freeman again. But here we are seeing Jake Berger now for the 3rd time.
And knocking on the door of 100 pitches. The marker he got at Boston, he's only done it 1 other time this year. Here's pitch 99 on its way. And a miss inside, 2-2. He's got Langford to ground into a double play to end the 5th. 3-2. Justin Foscue on deck. And the payoff pitch, Berger to center field. Well hit, Bolte on the move and gone. A 3-run shot for Jake Berger. We have a tied ball game here in West Sac.
Well, I didn't even want to mention it, Jenny, but the fact that with a walk and a knock, you were then in territory where one swing of the bat could change the ball game, and that's exactly what happened. Jake Berger, once again against the Athletics, has taken a damaging swing here. This one on a 97-mile-an-hour fastball, about thigh-high middle. And we've got ourselves a brand new ball game. Bolte is going to run out of room, and the Athletics are going to run out of luck. We'll be back after this. It'll be Luis Medina on against Foscue when we come back.
Games in home television territory with no blackouts. Take advantage of the price drop. Now just $34.99 for the rest of the season. Good night to be at the ballpark rooting on the green and gold. They had a 3-0 lead. And it was a 3-run homer from Jake Berger that made it disappear. Now Luis Medina has entered, replacing Gage Jump. Trying to keep the Rangers scoring right where it landed after that homer.
Yeah, well, again, Jake Berger taking advantage of a mistake and making the Athletics pay for it.
Jock Peterson will be the pinch hitter for Justin Foscue. Left-handed hitter coming in against Medina. Jock's 3 for 18 as a pinch hitter. Leads the team with 22 home runs this season, hitting .250.
James saw Jock earlier in the season, and I think there were questions on just how much longer Jock Peterson may have been with the Rangers.
Really great point. A lot has changed since April. Really, this Rangers team personnel up and down. You're seeing a different look. The last time the Athletics faced them, back in Arlington on April 24th through the 26th. That was a series that the A's won. Just the week before that, they split a 4-game set right here in West Sac. So the Athletics up 4-3 on the season series. It's been a place for Skip Schumacher's club. It's been pretty challenging. They're just 17-23 against teams in their division.
You know, all that to say, though, Jenny, and something that we've talked about all season is nobody in the division has tried to win it. Everybody just kind of staying afloat.
Big swing and a miss, and it'll be a strikeout at 100 miles an hour for the second out.
Yeah, come and get it. Fastball inner third, and at 100 miles an hour, tough for anybody to catch up to. But outside of the Athletics and the Halos, I mean, in Seattle for a large part, Jenny, right there. Now Seattle starting to lose a little ground here between the two Texas teams, Houston and these Rangers.
They have an opportunity this weekend going head-to-head with the Astros. They currently lead in that game extra innings, bottom of the 10th, and the Mariners are up 7-5. So they've had a lot of success against Houston this season. But Houston got healthy, and all of a sudden, they're the only ones with a winning record in the American League West right now at 62-60. Called strike, 1-1. Swing and a miss off the slider. It's a tough combination when Medina's in the zone with that powerful fastball.
You got to make it. You got to make a decision quickly.
Here's the 1-2. Ball, and it's going to be a full count.
That pitch, I promise you, felt a lot closer than it may have looked.
We're looking for the last out here in this 6th inning, an inning that the Rangers tied things up off a one swing of the bat from Jake Berger. Now it looks like Chase Silseth will be coming in for the Rangers. Our Rocker went to 5 innings. Right now lands on a no decision after that 3-run homer. Checked down, and he held back. A walk to Cody Freeman. The inning extends to Elias Diaz.
Yeah, able to hold up. This is just leadoff walks feel like they come back to bite you. 2-out walks feel like they come back to bite you.
Swing and a miss for Diaz.
Diaz maybe about 1.5 feet, 2 feet away from that.
So not close.
He's probably been closer to sliders.
The 0-1 bounced away from Heim. Freeman staying put.
Nice job by Heim. I mean, even though that's off the right side of his chest, just the fact that he was even able to get any body on it.
2-1. That home run from Berger, by the way, snapped a 15-game homer drought. He got to the 20 mark on the season. So 2 Rangers, 20-plus homers, and Jock Peterson and Berger sitting on the bench right there, chatting about long balls. 3-1. Finds himself in another full count. He walked Freeman, batter before. Nine balls to 8 strikes here in his relief appearance.
When I think much like the at bat against Peterson, if he can get a fastball inner third in, he's got a good shot. See if Heim likes the slider though.
Here's the payoff with the runner going, gets the strikeout. Went to the fastball and able to leave some traffic on, but the 3-run homer from Jake Berger has it all tied at 3.
Recognize the Sacramento Regional Family Justice Center as our nonprofit partner of the ballgame. They offer a safe, healing, one-stop environment for survivors of domestic violence, elder abuse, and human trafficking. By bringing critical community resources together under one roof, they deliver efficient, compassionate care to those in need. You can learn more about their life-saving services at sacramentofjfc.org or follow Sacramento FJC.
The Athletics offense with work to do. Jonah Heim, Henry Bolte, Jeff McNeil up against Chase Silseth out of the bullpen.
Right-hander Silseth, been a busy fella, 54th appearance.
Silseth, part of the trade that the Texas Rangers did with the Angels. That was back on July 29th. Logan O'Hoppe also coming over in that trade, and the catcher down in AAA at Round Rock for the Rangers. Called strike. 1-2. Kind of one of those strange divisional trades you don't often see.
Well, that's I kind of talked about it during the deadline. You'd seen a lot of swaps in division, and I think that was something where teams just said, you know what?
Hard hit off the mound, and Corey Seager will find it behind second base for the first out.
You said, we know what we need. And maybe it's a matter of just saying, if we feel good about what we're getting in return, don't know that we're necessarily giving them the keys to the kingdom, if you will.
There's Henry Bolte up for the 3rd time, 0 for 2. Both have been ground outs. Silseth with the first pitch strike. So luck is on Kamar Rocker's side. He gave up those 3 runs in the first inning. He messed around with some base runners. 5 total walks issued in the air towards right and roughing foul. But got through the traffic. You mentioned it. He settled down nicely from the 2nd inning on, kind of pitched around where he needed to. Got out of some jams, and all of a sudden the offense showed up for him in a big way.
Sure did. Got him off the hook, and again, the fact that he was able to keep the damage against him within 1 swing, you see just how that works out. A couple base runners and a big swing from Berger, and you got a brand new ball game. I'll tell you, Jenny, Jake Berger has done some damage in this ballpark.
He certainly has. You look at the 5 games that he's played here this season. He has 4 home runs. 3 of those homers of the 3-run variety.
Yeah, not solo shots.
That is driving in some Rangers. They fouls it. Most homers by a visiting player at the ballpark this year. Fair to say he's felt a little too comfy. And a swing and a miss.
Well, that right there is something that Silseth comes with. The ability to miss bats, the ability, should you find the bat on the ball, for it to be weak contact. I mean, you look at the whiff rate. 32.6%, Jenny, 93rd percentile in baseball. Average exit velocity against Silseth, 86.7. That's the 89th percentile.
One for Jeff McNeil.
Pretty good combination out of the bullpen. Swing and miss and weak contact.
Well struck out to right. Jeff McNeil has left the yard. Solo home run, and the Athletics retake the lead 4-3. Have yourself a ball game. A double, a single, and now the go-ahead blast.
Well, we've seen ball games like this from a left-handed leadoff hitting first baseman before, haven't we?
Certainly.
This one's Jeff McNeil, 95, inside corner, turned around. No problem for J-Mac. I mean, that is not an easy pitch to get to, folks. That is right on the black. He gave it a whack. Cleared the bullpen.
Lead off energy, huh? Triple shy of the cycle now for Jeff McNeil tonight. After the late swing and miss from McNeil.
Durkan, what do you got? A low look at a long ball.
Fifth homer on the season for McNeil. That's going to be strike three. Get tied up. That'll end the sixth, but not before Jeff McNeil has something to say about it. Let the bat do the talking. Solo shot, and the A's are up 4-3. Leadoff spot tonight, and he finds himself doing the offensive work. The home run in the sixth gave the Athletics their lead back. It's 4-3 now. Top of the seventh, Luis Medina continues to work.
Well, and plainly put, this is where you need Medina to have a clean inning, a quick, clean inning.
1-1's the count against Evan Carter. Carter had an infield single in the fifth inning. That was the first hit of the game against Gage Jump. In fact, it was just 2 infield singles until a big blast as he shows hands and takes a strike. Two. Skip Schumacher's not going to challenge. They thought it might have grazed Carter.
Yeah, I mean, you see where it lands right in front of that back foot.
warm out there. To the side, nice little race to the ball. Those kids having some fun on a Friday night.
That fella said, yeah, got me right here on the leg. He wore that one.
Hip check.
Like a champ.
3-2 now. Dina came in, relief for Gage Jump, had a pair of strikeouts and a walk. Put it out there. You want to have a nice clean inning here. Ground ball. Looking for the first out as Walton throw it over to McNeil. Gone with Wyatt Langford coming up. But true baseball fans need Wi-Fi that's so reliable it never gets caught looking. Xfinity Internet keeps you in the game at one price for 5 years and allows you to get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. Xfinity, imagine that. One gone with Wyatt Langford up for the 4th time. Couple of ground outs and a walk. He also stole a base in the game. Langford has been in a bit of a slump. One for his last 14. Their entire team's offense on this road trip in that 4-game series in Anaheim. No one's really been hitting. Here's a ground ball. And Zach Geloff makes the out 2 gone. Rangers hit just 193 in that 4-game set. And 2 home runs, 27 strikeouts. And here tonight, it's the 1 home run that's put them on the board, but the Athletics up 4-3. And to the bullpen, once again, Mark Kotze will go. Lefty Drew Rom coming on. Home of Pure Pricing. Whether it's online or in person, with Pure Price, it's a win-win situation. Visit SubaruofOakland.com. Here's the upcoming schedule brought to you by Service Champions. Road trip's going to feature stops in Kansas City for 4 and in Houston to face the Astros for 3 over the weekend. The next homestand will have the Minnesota Twins come into town as well as the Baltimore Orioles. Hard to believe that August will be all wrapped up in a couple weeks. There's 41 games left for the Athletics, including tonight, and 22 of those final 41 against AL West opponents, including these Rangers this weekend. Athletics up 4-3. Top of the 7th, and with 2 outs, the pitching change with the lefty Drew Rom coming on.
Well, Rom right now, see his numbers combined between the Brewers and the Athletics. Got a tough left-hander in Brandon Nimmo at the plate. But for Rom, against southpaws, Jenny, and I think that's why you get the matchup. 167 against lefties is what they're hitting. But Nimmo, as we highlighted, coming into the ball game, hitting 356 against lefties.
He was 0 for 3 tonight, though, against the left-hander Gage Jump. Ground ball here, and the matchup certainly worked. Walton makes the final out. 3 ground ball outs here in the 7th. We'll stretch in West Sac, a 4-3 lead for the A's.
The Athletics and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of The Athletics.
5 hits, 4 runs for the Athletics, 3 hits, 3 runs for the Rangers. So 1 run affair here. And on this date in 1987, you saw Mark McGwire hit his 39th home run of the season. It broke the Major League rookie record of 38 home runs previously shared by Frank Robinson and Wally Berger. McGwire's rookie record of 49 homers stood for 30 years, of course, until Aaron Judge hit 52 home runs in 2017. First pitch strike for Tyler Soderstrom. Of course, a year later, Pete Alonso would hit 53 to pass Judge. It's a lot of homers.
A lot of homers.
Tyler Soderstrom with an 0-2 count here. 1 for 2, also has a walk in the ball game. He's sitting at 19 homers for the season. Streak extending to 11 games. Also came in with the 5-game streak of hitting an extra base in each one of those 5. Hit tonight just a single. And a foul tip. Strike out against Robbie Ahlstrom, the new reliever.
And Ahlstrom, some reverse splits. Able to win the battle here against lefty Soderstrom. Slider.
Here's Zach Geloff, a couple of walks for Zach tonight, just 4th game back in his return from the IL. What's impressed you most about the offensive year for Geloff? We've seen the walk work in a little more, but obviously the batting average holding steady this year.
Well, and I think it's a combination of the power that you knew has been there. But to your last point there about the average holding steady, I think it's his ability to spray the field, and I think at times cut the swing down. I mean, we saw him extend his home hitting streak with a couple of swings where he just kind of drove the ball to the right side. Nothing overly aggressive in the moment, knowing, hey, 1 run right now isn't going to change the ball game, but me being able to put together a good at bat and keep the line moving here will. So I cut the swing down. I used the big part of the ballpark, and I think that just shows the maturity and the growth in the approach from Zach Geloff. And I'll always go back to the fact that I think Zach Geloff just having regular opportunity, which he created with an expanding defensive viability, has allowed him to get comfortable on another level at the plate.
2-2 is the count. And a swing and a miss. Changeup gets Geloff, back-to-back strikeouts for Ahlstrom.
Well, Ahlstrom, changeup a little further in maybe than he would have liked, but it's a heavy fastball changeup combination against righties from Ahlstrom. He's got a slider and a curveball he'll feature.
Swing and a miss. Off that changeup to Lawrence Butler.
That right there, I mean, it's really slider dominant when it comes to the left-handers. 47% sliders from Ahlstrom to the lefties.
Ahlstrom born in Placerville, 40 miles here from Sac. Here's the 0-2 outside. hit streak you were talking about for Geloff in jeopardy now. 24 game hit streak at home.
Alstrom doesn't like it. Give me a new ball. He's looking for one with a strike in it.
Here's the 2-2. We're able to get a piece of it. Talked about Lawrence as a cowboy. Of course, all the pictures on the big board featured with cowboy hats, bolo ties. I want him to channel the Western look here.
He is the law dog.
Well, he channeled it all right to center field, going back and gone. The law dog strikes.
How about it? Ask and you shall receive, partner.
Home run number 10 on the season for Lawrence. First in a bolo tie on the big board.
I'm just gonna say, the man they're calling Lawrence Bolo Butler these days. Says, saddle up, partner. We are going for a ride. Stay fair. Stay fair. How about it? Law dog, go get you some.
That is 3 consecutive games for Lawrence with a home run. Think he's heating up?
Well, I tell you, he's having fun. That's for sure. Mentioned the reverse splits for Alstrom. Lefty's seeing it well to the tune of 278.
Max Muncy, the pinch hitter, and a liner to the shortstop, Corey Seager, for the final out. But Lawrence Butler gave the A's a 2-run lead with home run number 10 on the season to dead center field.
Fans, don't miss out. Following every Sunday day game, youngsters ages 14 and under are invited to the field to run the bases just like the big leaguers. You can create a memorable Sunday for the entire family. Secure your tickets for any Sunday home game. Stick around for the post-game excitement.
Swing and a miss for Corey Seager here in the top of the 8th. The Athletics added to their lead 5-3 now, thanks to a solo shot from Lawrence Butler in the 7th. Big blast to center. Quickly 0-2 now. Drew Rahm remains in the game. Right before the top of the 8th here in West Sac, we like to do the broadcaster ball toss. I have a very important question for you, Dallas, right after
Great.
this 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Corey Seager for the first out.
Well, Rahm able to elevate here, get Seager chasing the elevation.
Now Rahm will have Ezekiel Duran. 1 for 3 today, scored a run. All right, question is, how does that arm feel at the age of 43?
I mean, you just saw what you saw, didn't you?
That's different, right? 43 hits different.
I mean, did you not see the ball on the field?
No, I totally missed that one. Turned around.
That's odd.
Just thought your first couple tosses. I'm just kidding. I'm working through a shoulder injury myself over here. Maybe it's 44 hits different.
That was a few years ago for you.
Okay, easy. It was this year. Calm down.
Oh, okay.
Calm down. You're not trailing by much, so I'd tread lightly. Duran with a liner into left. He's heading for second as Soderstrom picks it up bare hand off the wall. Runner in scoring position, opportunity for the Rangers with one out.
Well, Duran able to get to this fastball. This one a little lower in the zone. You can understand maybe a bit of an easier time getting to it. Looks like that may be it for Mr. Rom. Skipper on his way out has made the call to the bullpen. It'll be Elvis Alvarado. When we come back, 1 on, 1 out for the A's here in the top of the 8th.
Let's go places.
If it's viral, funny, or trending, it's on TikTok. Get exclusive athletics content by following us at NBC Sports Authentic. Back in action here in West Sacramento. Pitching change for the Athletics ahead of Jake Berger. He has been the biggest threat for the Rangers in the entire series, especially here at Sutter Health Park. Elvis Alvarado in now.
Elvis with a little work to do here. Yeah, Duran on second. And Jake Hauser Berger stepping up. Tell you, Berger has had no problem eating well against the Athletics.
Got to 20 home runs with a 3-run shot that tied the game in the 6th inning. The Athletics have responded with a couple solo homers themselves. First pitch strike from Elvis Alvarado as we flash back to Jake Berger's long ball.
Well, he just jumped all over a fastball. Gage jump, trying his level best to finish that 6th inning. Berger would have none of it.
0-2.
And you see that front foot, you see the front hip of Berger. I mean, he's just looking to get something in or third that he can spin on right now.
Elvis looking for a bounce back outing. Appeared against Tampa Bay, gave up 2 runs, including a homer off 2 hits in the inning he pitched. That's going to be strike 3.
Well, what that tells me is Jake Berger was looking for one thing, a hanging slider from Alvarado. Just never got it. And the fact that Alvarado absolutely paints 98 away, nothing Berger was going to be able to do. You see that front foot open up. Again, he's looking to get a hanging wrinkle. Anything closer to the body line, he just never got it. He's going to drag his bat back to the bat rack.
There's Jock Peterson for the 2nd time. Pinch hit for Justin Foscue, who started the game as the DH. Struck out against Luis Medina in the 6th. Who knows the count? You talked about his batting average. Low to quite low the last time the Athletics saw him in April. Now batting .309 in his last 23 games played. And a big hack. 2-1.
Yeah, Jock looking to tie the ball game here.
Rangers 1 for 4 with runners in scoring position. Ezekiel Duran out at second. Alvarado checking back on him and now delivers the 2-1. They want to check down. Third base umpire Alfonso Marquez said he held up 3-1.
Yeah, nothing doing.
Another swing and miss.
Fastball just up and up. You see Jock under the baseball. Again, trying to lift it.
3-2, and it misses outside. So Jock Peterson with the 2-out walk. First and second. And it'll be Nicky Lopez coming off the bench to pinch hit in place of Cody Freeman. Lopez's numbers this season hitting .268. He is 2 for 4 as a pinch hitter with the Rangers. Tying run on for the Rangers.
Nicky Lopez, remember, originally Kansas City Royal. He's kind of bounced around since then. Spent some time with the Braves, the White Sox, Angels, the Cubs, now here with Texas.
Swing and a miss. Well, it's been all four-seam fastballs from Elvis Alvarado. As you see Tyler Alexander, the left-hander, warming up for the Rangers. One and two. Are you surprised by that?
No, frankly. I think in a situation like this, I mean, there are times we have seen Elvis with a slider that can get the job done. I think other times it's kind of sat in the middle, it's hung, it's hurt him.
Here's the 1-2. Splitter showing up.
And I think without question his most consistent offering is the fastball. It can be overpowering. You see what happens when he locates it. The 98 away to Berger just rendered him completely useless.
Two on, two outs, and the 1-2 lifted in the air to left field. Tyler Soderstrom with the catch. And Elvis Alvarado out of a jam, stranding two runners. Toyota. Well, the A's took advantage of Kumar Rocker in the first inning, able to put 3 runs up, held that lead until the 6th. That's when Jake Berger tied it with a 3-run shot, but an answer right back. Jeff McNeil, a solo homer. Lawrence Butler has added a solo homer. And with that, we sit at 5-3 as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Now it's going to be the left-hander and Tyler Alexander entering the game for the Rangers.
Alexander also a workhorse. 55th appearance for the left-hander this year. See the numbers, pretty good job for Alexander this season. He'll be squaring off against Tommy White, who has stepped up in place of Donovan Walton.
Kotze playing the matchup off his bench, and now Tommy White, his first pinch hit opportunity. Staying in the game is Nicky Lopez, playing second base now. Coming in for Cody Freeman, who started the game there. White's had a lot of firsts here in his young major league career, playing in just his 24th game. fly ball, it'll go foul. Just collected that first RBI out on the road. Happened at Fenway. I'm sure that'll be very memorable. Still looking for that first home run. Here's the 2-2. And White will serve this. It'll dribble into right field, and he's on with a pinch hit knock. 1 for 1 as a pinch hitter is Tommy White.
Just throw the hands at it. That's all. That's exactly what Tommy White does here. Gets a changeup down from Alexander. You see this thing just start to dart and dive away from Tommy White. I mean, that's really just a one-handed offering by Tommy White. Just catching the end of the bat, finds a hole. 58.9 mile-an-hour exit velocity.
They'll bring up Jonah Heim, and the former Ranger hitting from the right side. 0 for 3 tonight. Need to see that revenge AB show up, you know?
Jonah has seemingly come through time and time again in pressure-packed situations. He's sporting a 2-run lead here, but big swing to open it up wouldn't be bad either.
Pull on the right side for Jonah. 3-0's the count. When it comes to late and close, I think this is the guy A's have certainly enjoyed to have at the plate. I'm taking all the way, 3-1. Now Hogan Harris up and warming for that 9th inning. I think something you love about the offense tonight, Dallas. Yeah, the home runs were great. They added the insurance at this point, but it's the fact that you've had traffic in all 8 innings, able to get base runners on, try and build something each and every frame.
Yeah, I mean, there's, I think, good and bad when you really kind of zoom out and take a look at that. The fact that they haven't just gone dormant offensively.
Taking off is Tommy White on the 3-2, misses low, a walk to Jonah Heim. With runners on first and second, nobody out.
You know, it was the 2-out homer by McNeil in the 6th that fired up the scoring again, and then obviously the homer from the Law Dog an inning later. But to your point, Jenny, you're able to put some base runners on. The next step is capitalizing on those opportunities.
And here's an opportunity here for Henry Bolte. 0 for 3 tonight.
Duran on the grass.
And squared to bunt. It is fair. The throw to third, and it gets past Duran into left. Here's Tommy White home. It is 6-3 as Bolte moves up to second.
Well, I tell you, Diaz had the right idea, because it was a ball that he was able to bounce out and get to quickly. Duran gets back to the bag, just not able to gather it. I mean, this ball ends up off the glove, it looks like, of Duran. I mean, Duran at one end of the bag, reaching back over into foul territory. It's going to go E2.
And another slow walkout by their pitching coach. The meeting on the mound brought to you by the injury attorneys of Ashton and Price. Runners on second and third, nobody out. A's up by 3.
Bolte, after hitting the deck, you see Ryan Christensen doing a great job of sticking with the runner. I mean, that's a great job by Ryan Christensen to work his way down the line with Henry Bolte and make him aware, hey, this ball is loose, this ball is down the line, get to second, go, go, go. And you could see Henry Bolte trying to figure out where the baseball was as he's busting it down the line. He's not paying attention to what's going on behind him. And without the assistance of Ryan Christensen, the A's right now, probably with runners on first and third, a double play in order. Instead, it's 2 on, still nobody out, both runners in scoring position.
And Jeff McNeil up, a ground ball down the line into right field. McNeil heading towards second, and he's gonna stop there, looking for a triple on a night he could complete the cycle, but he drives in 2 runs.
Well, I tell you, Jeff McNeil will probably be out by about a month and a half at third. I don't know that I would have minded seeing the effort, though.
Oh, holding on to it. I was hoping he'd round second and go for it.
Well, I think everybody in the ballpark paying attention feels the same way, partner. But once again, Jeff McNeil just wearing out the right side. This one in between Berger and the foul line. And right about there is where you hoped that McNeil was going to keep it motoring. But I think all in all, wisely decided to pull up. And look, Mac, he knew right away. I can't. I just can't.
We have enjoyed watching the facial expressions of Jeff McNeil all season long. And that's exactly what you'd expect in that situation. A 4-hit night, drives in 2 more, 3 RBI, and Lawrence like, come on, get him that triple.
Say, you got to run, man, come on.
There's the 1-1 to Alika Williams, lifted in the air to left on the run. Wyatt Langford, and he drops it. McNeil will head to third, and Alika Williams on second.
I'll tell you, things just rapidly spiraling out of control for the Rangers right now. Alika Williams crowded by Alexander. Langford just simply drops the baseball. I mean, hit him right in the palm.
They're going to give Alika Williams a double. Quite a ways to run there for Langford. So back-to-back doubles. Now Tyler Soderstrom up. He's 3 for 10 with runners in scoring position. And this is the inning you love to see. We talked about it in the 5th after back-to-back walks. They just couldn't get that run across. Here after the first 2 reach off a Tommy White single and a Jonah Heim walk. Able to get the job done, just putting the pressure on. Elias Diaz had the fielder's choice error. Scored the first run this inning. And McNeil drove in 2, and Alika Williams added a double. And Soderstrom down on strikes to make the first out.
Well, here you go. Cycles since '68 for the Athletics. Tony Phillips, Mike Blowers, Schavi, Miggy, Bernsey, and then Ellie.
2007.
Almost what, 20 years?
That's good math. Proud of you. Didn't lose that when you turned 43.
Didn't even have to take my shoes off.
The 1-0 to Geloff. Does have a chance in the game to extend that home hit streak. 24 consecutive games at home. With the hit. And for the 3rd longest home hit streak in Athletics history.
Well, right now you wouldn't mind keeping the line going. Looks like Basso has now joined Hogan Harris. But if you're Geloff, you're almost saying to yourself, can you throw me a strike so that you have to throw me another one and I can give it a ride?
He's going to find him himself, walking on down to first. 3 walks tonight for Zach Geloff. And hopefully that home hit streak is going to end based on the score right now and where we're at in the ball game. If it does, you have to be excited for Zach and the situation he's been in. Working all those walks. Skip Schumacher has seen enough with bases loaded and 1 out.
Well, it looks like they're coming out with the trainer.
Oh, you're right. And it has been injury after injury for the Texas Rangers when it comes to their pitchers. Jacob deGrom leaving his most recent start. Tricep injury. They had to put Nathan Eovaldi on the IL on Tuesday with an elbow, and I'm sure the last thing you want to do if you're the manager, take another pitcher out with an injury, but it looks to be the case here for Alexander. We'll take a break and we'll sort things out with the pitching change. Bases loaded, 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. The Athletics up 8-3. At bases loaded with 1 out, and a big congratulations to Henderson's Paseo Verde Little League, heading to the World Series now for the 2nd time in 3 years, representing the Mountain Region. How cool is that? Going to Williamsport.
That's unbelievable. What a great job. Congratulations. You want to talk about an all-time experience for those Little Leaguers? Not only them, but their families. And Williamsport, what a time. I mean, what a vibe, the energy. It's just an incredible moment. We want to extend our congratulations to everybody involved. 2nd time in 3 years, you said.
2nd time in 3 years. They defeated Billings Big Sky Little League 9-2 to be crowned the Mountain Region champions, representing Nevada with a lot of pride.
Talking powerhouse.
That's right. Lawrence Butler up here. Bases loaded. Solo home run for Lawrence in the 7th gave the Athletics a 2-run lead. Have a 5-spot working. Marco Gonzalez, the reliever in. First pitch swinging, ground ball, and a double play opportunity for the Rangers. Able to get it, and that will end the threat here in the 8th. 3 more score. It is 8-3 as we go to the 9th.
The day presented by your California Ford dealers. Jeff McNeil, what a ball game for the veteran. And I tell you, Lawrence Butler able to saddle up himself another home run for the Law Dog. Back-to-back innings with home runs for the green and gold. Help open up the scoring. That's where we sit right now. A's up by 5 as we head to the top of the 9th. Jeff McNeil with a 4-hit night. Thought we were going to see a big effort from Jeff McNeil to get over to third base. I think he wisely made the decision to pump the brakes.
We were either going to see a triple or a heart attack, so
wow.
Take the 2 RBI, right? In the best of ways for Jeff McNeil. 3 extra base hits on a 4-hit evening for the leadoff hitter. At what point does Jeff McNeil go tap the shoulder of the big lefty, big fella on the IL, Nick Kurtz, and say, there's another leadoff hitter in town?
So, yeah, as far as leadoff hitting first baseman go, Kurtzy, let's talk.
Top of the 9th, Hogan Harris will have the bottom of the order. Elias Diaz to start, and a strike to start for Harris. You see Zach Geloff in at second. Tommy White remaining in the game at third base. Versatility of Geloff shown up once again. 1-1's the count, and Hogan Harris, not a safe situation, but some work for the closer. Last appeared earning a save on the 9th of August. Gage jump started tonight, 5 1/3, and no decision for him. Gave up 3 runs off 3 hits, did walk 4. Here's the 4th reliever to appear out of the pen. But if the A's can complete this game, you think about Gage Jump and the opportunities he's been given to be a stopper.
Yeah, and I think he'll go back and kind of like we've talked about with him in the past, you start to evaluate the outing in totality, and something that I think should be noted, coming off an 11 strikeout performance, you always have that in the back of your mind, you know, just how much fun you had wiping an entire lineup out to the tune of 11 strikeouts. Tonight, just 1.
Yeah.
1 strikeout. But even with the 4 walks, was able to, I think, limit the damage, all things considered. Had that, and anytime the latter part of your outing is where the scoring happens, and it's eventually what leads to you leaving the ball game, you're kind of left with a sour taste in your mouth. But spit in the hook, and your team actually in a pretty good spot to win the ball game, kind of softens that.
Diaz in the air towards right. Butler on the move. He'll go into a slide, and it's a foul ball. It was a 5-3 A's lead in that bottom of the 8th. When Diaz had the throwing error, that really opened things up for the A's.
It was the throwing error. It was the ball that Langford couldn't reel in. Uh-oh.
That's a pretty good visual for fun on a Friday night.
Barefoot on the berm, chasing baseballs. I'm sure somebody can write a country song about that.
There are plenty of country songs right after the game. The Country Fireworks Show. And Elias Diaz is not going to go quiet here. Putting up a fight, a 10-pitch AB so far against Hogan Harris. 3-2 again, chopped foul again. 13 pitches is what this bat's going to extend to. And here is pitch 13. A dribbler back to the pitcher, Hogan Harris. Will fire a strike over to McNeil, 1 out. That's the way it goes sometimes.
Yeah, after all that, just a little dribbler right back out to the man you've been battling.
That'll bring up Evan Carter, hitting 9th for the Rangers here in Game 1. Game 2 will feature JT Ginn tomorrow against the left-hander Mackenzie Gore. You think a chance for the Athletics to play spoiler in a season and really the last couple of months that have been so disappointing for the green and gold? You hang on to these divisional games. Clearly, you'd much rather be in a spot where you're fighting for a top place in the division.
Well, and tomorrow, going to be a good test. We're going to ABS.
Pitcher's challenging the pitch.
Challenger powered by T-Mobile. Hogan maybe a little over his skis here.
The pitch is the ball. The Athletics are out of challenges.
You know, use it or lose it, I think, is what Hogan was going for there. There's a 3-1 count to Carter, and that will be a called strike. Count is full. And Carter with 1 hopper to second. Geloff over to McNeil, 2 gone. Harris looking for that final out, and the Athletics to shake hands here at home in West Sac. Wyatt Langford 0 for 3, also has a walk. Takes a strike. One and two. Fans on their feet, ready for the fireworks, but first an A's victory. I'll have to wait another pitch.
They're feeling it.
It's been a fun offensive night for the Athletics. There's the 2-2, misses high, and it's a full count. Rangers staring down their 4th consecutive loss. Payoff, and the ground ball to third. Tommy White bobbles it. And Wyatt Langford reaching on the air. Will extend the 9th to Brandon Nimmo.
Well, and look, this is tough for a couple different reasons. Obviously, you like to be able to put the ball game to bed here, but secondarily, Hogan Harris, who had an extended initial at bat against Diaz to start the inning, sitting at 25 pitches now, starts to ratchet that up. Not to say that Hogan still won't tell you that he'll be able to go tomorrow in a pinch, but the likelihood of that starts to decrease as the pitch count increases.
Runner will take off. Here's the ground ball to second, and this should do it. The high hop for Geloff. And that'll be the final out of the ball game here this Friday night. An 8-3 victory for the Athletics over the Texas Rangers. Got a little bit of everything, but great to see the offense top to bottom find their footing here at home and find their first win at home in the month of August.
That's right. Been a hot minute for the boys in green and gold here at home, but I think when you put together the kind of performance that Gage Jump did, gutsy, maybe a little bumpy towards the very end, but I tell you, the boys out of the bullpen, Medina, Ram, Alvarado, and Harris came in and mowed and did their job, and that gave the A's offense all the time that they needed to be able to come back. Big day from Jeff McNeil. Ward's Butler also jumped ship, and the 3 runs at the back end of this ball game for the Athletics in the 8th inning, Jenny, were able to seal the deal, so to speak, and I think give them the confidence to be able to take game 1 here against Kumar Rocker and the Texas Rangers.
And no better feeling than winning a game 1 of a series, a chance to win it early tomorrow in game 2. And here's a look at those probables. JT Gann will take the ball for the green and gold. 8-6 is his record. He'll be facing Mackenzie Gore, the left-hander for the Rangers. Looking forward to the post-game show coming up as Chris Townsend, Steve Sachs, and special guest Bob Melvin will wrap this win up. A's Cast on NBC Sports, presented by Toyota, starts right now.
Oh, how about that?
How about that?